This man was tormented endlessly in the psychiatric hospital. His roommate was a manic patient who flew into a rage at the slightest provocation. Because all the patients here were labeled robot patients, the only food served in the cafeteria was engine oil. Malnourished for a long time, he looked terrifyingly pale. He wept bitterly as he poured out his misfortunes to his friends. Fortunately, there was a malfunctioning vending robot in the asylum that constantly defecated randomly everywhere. It was only thanks to this unexpected supply that he barely managed to avoid starving to death.
Poor Fry, he's got the munchies for freedom.
We're all trying to help you. We petitioned the governor.
His friends told Fry to wait a little longer, saying they would definitely come to pick him up in person. With that, they left without looking back. Fry's hellish days did not end, they only grew worse. He finally waited for his manic roommate to be discharged, only to be assigned a new one. This man named Robert was actually a robber who had faked mental illness to escape punishment. He had just gotten rid of a maniac only to end up with a robber as his new cellmate. Fry finally broke down completely.
I'm not a robot! I'm not a robot!
The doctor was extremely satisfied with this outcome and immediately called Fry's friends to come get him. But by then, Fry had long lost his former spirit. He had been thoroughly brainwashed into truly believing he was a robot. Watching Fry become beyond saving, Leela held him and burst into tears. But he just repeated the same line over and over, desperately trying to prove he was a robot. Fry began doing all kinds of ridiculous things. When he saw Conrad doing accounts, he snatched the calculator and threw it into the furnace, claiming his own brain could handle all calculations.
What is the meaning of this symbol?
That's a plus sign, you booty head loony! Quit thinking you're a robot!
I'll show ye.
Later, Fry found Leela repairing the spaceship, snatched the wrench from her hand, and threw that into the furnace too, declaring himself a maintenance robot. He then tried twisting screws with his fingers. When he couldn't move them, he even grabbed a can of lubricant and sprayed it all over himself. Leela could no longer stand it. She decided to use the most intimate connection between a man and a woman to bring Fry back to his senses.
You're going to do his laundry?
Leela kissed Fry tenderly. Finally, signs of Fry's recovery began to show.
Beep. Oh, for God's sake!